Hello, YouTube and X. It's your main man, BTM here, bringing you back to the BTM Crypto News Network. And we're talking about ZBEC or ZBCN. So let me know what you guys think about that as well. What up, DR? What's going on, brother? And first off, just a side note, right? People have to be patient when investing in crypto. I was looking at a video earlier and he was just saying that people don't want to be patient. People want to buy it and think it's going to go to 100,000 just like Bitcoin, which it won't, right? It took Bitcoin 10 years to get to 100,000. And if you want to compare ZEBEC to Bitcoin, ZEBEC had a crash, or Bitcoin had a crash as well. I think it was $20 and it crashed back down to $1. So in crypto, crashes are inevitable, right? It happens, right? People get crazy because the price drops. Bro, I've seen so many projects go to zero. I'm not talking about 0.0004 or 0.000248. Zero, like completely gone. There's no more liquidity. Money is lost, right? Second topic, I was looking at BlackRoot last night and somebody had said, is it a good project? Definitely so. Is it a rug pull? And I think there's a video we're going to look at later, and they're going to verify each point of the rug pull. Black Roo was watching somebody's video and he went step by step through all the partnerships that ZEBEC has are verified. The only thing that wasn't verified was I think the JPM, which is the JP Morgan. Everything else lined up exactly with what ZEBEC said. ZEBEC are who they say they are. Much less there is a meeting Wednesday with a new announcement. But the good thing is people are fudding the project. So when the fudding starts, or when the footster starts, that means there's something good going on, right? You can't FUD a project that's already going down by itself. You can only FUD projects that have something useful, right? And then people were saying, why would you need to stream payroll? And somebody brought up a good example on the live last night. If you were a college student and you were hungry, right? I've been there. I've been a hungry college student. You're starving. You don't have nothing to eat and you're working, but you don't get paid until Friday, or some instances next Friday, right? So if you're working and they stream your payroll, you could use the money from work to get something to eat, right? You could pay a bill while you're waiting versus having to borrow money from these check cash advance places and these young sharks and these despicable companies that are charging you 4,000% interest on $100 or $200 or something crazy, right? It's astronomical. Why would you charge somebody 2,000% interest on $300, right? That's not even bad business. That is evil, right? That's deplorable. Why would you charge that much interest on a small amount of money? Only because you can, and people will. With ZEBEC, I think ZEBEC stands to help a lot of people, right? Next point is everything usually crashes down before it takes off, right? It needs the fuel, right? It needs to build up. And if you've been watching ZBEC like I have been all freaking weekend, ever since last week, ever since it's been going in, I'm like that meme with the guy with the cigarette and the cell phone, looking at the cell phone smoking a cigarette, looking at the cell phone, smoking a cigarette, looking at the cell all week. I've been doing that for like, I don't know, 80 hours or at least 60 hours, most of the weekend, bro. And I was like, look, at some point, let me go out like the kids. Let's go skating. Let's go to the movies. Let's do something more so I can take a break because your boy has been here looking. And the next point is I hope you guys took this dip to buy in deeper, right? I'm now finally over the million coin mark. So I hope a lot of you were able to get deeper in if you wanted to. If you have convictions for ZEBEC, right now is the best time to get in. So let's look at the chat. What up, D Ray? What up? What up, BTM fam? I loaded up on more ZEBEC. We knew it would dip to 0025. Your dog didn't trip by the dip. What up, Hawes Balls? What up, Yazin? Peace. Peace, Hawes Balls and Silver Days. What's up with you? I've been trying to add you for the moderator, just haven't quite figured out why we can't add you. But again, you should have used this time to load up. If ZBEC takes off next week, a lot of people are going to be very unhappy. And so they should be, right? All this time they had to buy up or buy in, and you're spending your time fudding a project that's will win, right? There's no way we can see that the project doesn't take off. There's too much invested and there's too many people that trust it, right? Anchorage trusted, the banks trusted. People are involved in the project. They're having private meetings. And this guy, Martin Lucas, right? And I don't like to talk about other YouTubers because I know how hard making YouTube videos are. But something that dawned on me watching videos over the weekend, this guy's not even invested in freaking ZEBEC. He's not even in the project. He's making these songs and pulling attention and probably buying views and users. He's not even invested in the project. First off, I'm not listening to nobody who doesn't have a dog in the fight, right? This guy's not even in the project. He's not even invested in the project. He's not even following the research. He's not even doing the research. If you don't have anything invested, you're not going to do the research, right? You're just going to go along with the stream and yell and FUD, right? This guy's not even invested in the project. What are you doing? Why are you wasting our time? Don't get fudders. I'm super excited about the recent news, new acquisitions to the team, and the upcoming spaces on X. Thank you, somebody. Also, an invite from the House of Lords. That's awesome. Thank you for you guys always jump the gun on the announcements, but you're right. There is a meeting with ZEBEC or ZBEC, and they're meeting with the House of Lords in London. So let me get this straight. So first, they're using the solution in Japan, right? We know that. It's documented. Now they're meeting with the House of Lords to do another probably demo, and these guys are using it. There's over 250 companies that use it now for payroll. They're even partnered with ADP. I'm not sure where these futzers are getting their information from, but ADP ain't gonna partner with nobody if they even thought there was a slither of bad information or a piece of FUD or even talked about rug pull or scam. These guys are doing their due diligence, guys. These guys aren't in the business of dealing with shady companies or investors or projects. They research the heck out of any of this stuff before they even look at it or add it or even do any kind of announcement, guys. They are freaking researching it. No worries, BTM. Always here for support. Thank you, Silver Days. House balls, let's go. Yellow, medallion yellow first. Oh, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. Um, Smash the like and subscribe. Thanks, Silver Dollar, my man. Driving home from Seattle. Be careful on the road. Silver Days, what's going on, brother? But yes, let me get off the soapbox and let's get to some information before we go too down this rabbit hole with fudsters. Pause boss, you get a chance. Can you email that? Because I can't copy and paste from this for some weird reason. And that's why I was asking for the URL, because every time I type in the Silver Days, oh, maybe Silver Days question mark. I don't know. Every time I type it in, it doesn't find it for some weird reason. But let's go to the profile. Make sure you sign up for the BTM Crypto News Network to stay current on news and events. The Silver Dollar USA URL. Awesome. Thanks, Hosball. Okay. Looks, I think I've seen this one. Now that your screen has changed. But yeah, send me an email. We'll look at that. So this is from Creative Country, I think. Let's see what he's saying here.
Pursuing SOC. The other things that you're looking at along those lines. Absolutely. So yes, as you said, ZEBEC is currently pursuing SOC 2 compliance. We are in process with that. And this really comes down to data protection and data security, which I alluded to earlier with the GateKnox acquisition. It's incredibly important in the US, and it's a requirement for many partners and enterprise clients to have this certification. And what it does is it sets up ZEBEC network to work with much larger institutions, including governments, universities, and financial institutions. So it expands our reach, expands the number of clients and type of clients that we can serve. And it's also part of our broader ISO roadmap, being kind of one of the earlier steps in getting to ISO certification. The other things that you're looking at along those lines. Absolutely. So yes, as you
he mentioned, there is a, but it keeps bringing up your logo. I mean, you got to do it from Google. I mean, yeah, Gmail. You got to do it in Gmail. It ain't going to work from, it's weird, but something strange with StreamYard. So it's hard to actually get information. I do it just through I'll check in a second. So this is another quick video. ZBEC had a hella last 3 months and people are selling because of FUD. Those who listen to the FUD, make sure you reach out to those people who you misled. End of the year price is 5 cents to 10 cents. That's all I'm saying. A lot of people are spreading FUD because, you know, everybody wants to be right until you're not right. And then you and the rest of these clowns spreading FUD are going to be extremely upset, right? So they got the compliance, they got the gate knocks, they got the private meeting that we don't even know what the result is yet, and everything else that's going on. This is XRP Dog. Sorry to my ZBAC family. I really like the project. There's too much FUD around the team, not the same XRP FUD had back in the day. The team has not been transparent at all. It will take a lot, and I mean a lot, to change the market sentiment around the project. This team, I wish you the best. Stay safe. Shout out to the XRP Dog. He wasn't going to stick it out anyway. So it's best you got out, and I think I bought most of your XRP up anyway. So it's best you get out early, you know, instead of wasting time and holding tokens that we could actually use. So I want to big shout out to you and thank you, sir, for providing us more tokens for us to buy up. You sound like you're scared. If you're scared, say you're scared, right? It doesn't make sense to jump a project that is already up and going that you've already invested in. It's a weird thing too. A lot of the fudders are people that do this, jump from project to project and wonder why they're not making any money, right? It's the people who get in and stay in, the ones that actually make the money. Uh, well, we'll see. Only time will tell, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and dogs. Now, here's Rob setting and recording straight, debunking every single piece of FUD, misinformation surrounding ZBEC. No speculation, just facts. Watch, listen, decide for yourself. Let's cut through the noise and get back to the mission. And I do have that video. We're going to watch it shortly. So this is ZEBEC or ZBCN 360. Welcome to 2 team members. ZBEC has 2 new members on board on behalf of ZEBEC community. We welcome, I guess this is Eric, Eric, and Celos to the ZBEC family. You both made a great decision. Happy to be here. Let's go. And this is also ZBIC isn't going anywhere. I think this is an image from the Wolf of Wall Street. ZBIC isn't going anywhere. Yeah, it is Wolf of Wall Street. Lovers know this line. Inspired by the Leo speech. Let's freaking go, ZBCN. And then also, I found out that ZEBEC is actually a ship, right? And it means that the ship is setting or getting ready for hard times for a sail. So this is, you can either jump on the ZBCN boat and become a Zebecian legend, or you can wait and see the movie they make about us. Either way, you won't want to miss this journey. It's a wild one for sure. And definitely for sure, guys. This is what the whole what movie was that? Was it The Big Short? Was about, right? People FUD and talk, right? And the people that diamond hand and hold and get wealthy, they make movies about. So it just depends on what you want to do. You want to FUD and make postings, or do you want to diamond hand and get on board to make the movie? I see ZBIC messing a lot of people up. A lot of people are going to miss out on the opportunity. They're going to be angrier and they're going to look to FUD another project, right? They're not going to be able to FUD ZBEC because we're already going to be there. They're going to look to FUD something else in its place, right? Once ZBEC starts pumping, and if you've been watching this, like I've been watching it all weekend, it's been going up and down and sideways, but it hasn't been tanking out. Oh my God, the logo. It never tanked out. So I don't know. I might have to manually type this out because for some reason, oh, wait a minute, it's on this. Oh, we live. I think we have it here. Yeah, but for some reason, people just refuse to agree and listen. Follow the water, ripple Zebek. Oh man. Okay, so I did get it here. I'm almost there. I'm trying to figure out how to do this without logging in because I got to log in. But I do have the link URL finally. Let me see if I can email it to another. Email it back to myself. You're right. It's weird. I don't know why it's so hard to freaking paste URLs now all of a sudden. right? There's always an image or not a logo, or it's impossible to get text only for some reason. But let's get back to it. Let's see. I think we got it, ladies and gentlemen. But again, it takes patience, guys. Like all the time, people wig out and go crazy and don't even listen. ZBEC bros be looking at the chart. Oh, I'm bullish on it. What the F kind of people be smoking these days is called you are the extra liquidity for those YouTube ex influencers who pumped on you. Only crypto and do people think this bullish? LOL. I'm not even sure what he's trying to say here. I asked the other day who owns XRP under penny. Finally found someone who had. He still has no clue. IOM. We're not waiting 7 years. Different landscape in crypto now, but at least he learned his lesson. $2 million lesson. I owned a million XRP at 002, but got out early because I didn't know any better. With ZBIC, are you going to have to hold and forget about it? Forget about the charts and think 5 to 7 years from today. And I don't know about that, but I do know it's going to be a hold, guys. It's not going to be something that happens overnight. But as the adoption continues, more people pick up. It's Monday, 15.4 million ZBIC and counting. So some people really do have conviction. And some people are nervous get a couple $100 invested and they're going to sell,
What if the
which
next
is good,
Solana
right?
isn't even on your radar yet? What if it's not
More for us to buy up, right? I'm not mad at anyone who's selling. If you don't feel good about the project, you should sell. And if you sell and leave, hey, that's good for you, right? There's no hard feelings about it. I'm already in it, right? So you leaving or not leaving doesn't really affect me, right? I'm not going to sell because you sold. A lot of people don't have the conviction to continue to ride, right? When times get tough, tough get going. Finally, we found you, Silver Dollar. Oh my gosh. This is like the biggest. So I think your moderator thing should pop up now, Silver. Or maybe you got to leave the meeting and come back. I don't know, but we found you, so we are live. So let's play this video real quick.
loud, not trending, but quietly building in defense labs and fintech stacks while everyone else chases the next meme? There are two names gaining momentum right now, Hedera HBAR and ZEBEC ZBCN. Hedera's HBAR coin is already being used by military-grade networks, global enterprises, and national infrastructure. It's not designed for speculation, it's built for security, speed, and future-proof consensus. It doesn't rely on mining, and it's immune to front-running or network congestion. It's even designed to withstand future threats that most blockchains can't handle. And right now, Hedera Hashgraph is the only known crypto network with consensus designed to withstand quantum computers. That's major security for a future most blockchains aren't ready for. Meanwhile, ZBCN, the token behind ZEBEC Network Coin, is powering real-time crypto payroll. Instead of waiting 2 weeks to get paid, teams can stream wages second by second. It's like turning payroll into a live progress bar, programmable, instant, and frictionless. So what would it take for ZEBEC to soar? Just two things: a breakout real-world app, like an AI company paying remote workers worldwide, and one major partnership with a traditional payroll or fintech brand. The infrastructure is already built. If attention catches up to utility, ZBCN could scale like Solana did, slowly at first, then all at once. Most projects hype potential. These two are already solving problems, and for long-term believers with patience, it's not about if, it's about when. So ask yourself this: if Solana quietly rose from $7 to over $100, could HBR or ZBCN be the next surprise? Want more crypto videos? Check out my playlist. Remember, this post is brought to you by the Crypto Chrome. Like, follow, share, and repost this video if you believe that crypto is the future, and the future is now.
So shout out to Crypto Chrome and that. I don't know if you guys could hear it or not. It's kind of low. But this is on CoinMarketCap, the community section, ZBIC just ridiculous source of FUD. Just ridiculous source of FUD. They FUD when it's down, but as soon as it runs up, they are nowhere to be found. That's what I'm saying, guys. Look, I've been in crypto for a while. I've been dealing with FUDders for years, decades even, right? And it's weird. It's the same people who FUD every project. It's almost like they're just waiting for a popular project to dip down so they can FUD it. And as soon as it comes back up, which it will, it's not if, it's when, right? And when it does start pumping, all of a sudden, all these FUDders disappear, right? Finally, silver, you're in business. And a lot of these FUDders disappear. We are live. We're doing it all live. We're doing it all live. Silver days, we're doing it all live. But yeah, a lot of these FUDders disappear, right? These guys are going to talk and talk and talk while the price is down. And I know because a lot of people that were FUDding stopped FUDding when the price started to move. When it started to go green, it got quiet. And it didn't even go green high. It was up like 1%. Everything went quiet. Let's do the bubbles real quick. So, looking at just the green, ZBEC is up 0.6, hence up 3.3. Stellar is 0.5. XDC is up 2.2, and Osmosis is up 3.9. So look at all of these. All of these guys. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are green. There's only 5 cryptos that are green. And you're saying of the 5 cryptos that are green, one is a rug pull and a scam. And I'm not even sure how you guys know about rug pulls. From what I know about rug pulls, they don't come back up. Once they go down, they stay down. There's no teetering or there's no holding the line, there's no bouncing up and down. Once you hit it, it goes straight to zero. That's what I think a rug pull is. So I'm not sure what you guys are thinking with these modified rug pulls or these partial rug pulls, maybe. I don't know what this is, but it ain't no rug pull because the rug pulls that I've invested in went straight to zero, right? It went from whatever it was straight to zero. That would be my definition of a rug pull, right? It doesn't go down for a little ways and come up and go down and come up. It goes straight to zero because literally they're pulling all the liquidity out of it, right? It's a rug pull. Like if you're standing there when someone pulls the rug out from underneath you, you go straight to the ground. You don't bounce up and down, go sideways for days. You go straight to zero because we're doing it all live. But let me know what you guys think about that. And I don't want to spend a lot of time on rabbit holes. So let's see what this guy's talking about. If people like that, they get the exchange and FUD products from old news about ZEBEC and BitThumb. South Korea's exchange, they have rules just like the US has. Rules, this is old back in April when FUD, all you had to do is research. Delisting isn't good, nothing to survive there, especially if it's being delisted post migration and not pre. What exchange delisted ZBEC? Statement by the team of ZBEC regarding court decisions in ZBEC versus BitThumb. We fought hard in court on behalf of ZBEC, our holders in the Korean community to challenge BitThumb's decision to delist ZBCN. Unfortunately, the court ruled in the favor of the exchange. While we believe we may have been caught in a crossfire of ongoing scrutiny surrounding Korean exchanges and their prices, we respect the law, the legal outcome, and we are deeply disappointed. Since BitThumb initial announcement in March, many holders have steadily moved their assets to other exchanges, including OKX and Crypto.com. We remain open to dialogue and are willing to work with towards a potential relisting in the future. So whatever happened to Bithumb? I don't know. What do you guys think? Bugatti, what's up with your player? Winners who call ZBIC a rug pull, then they just mad because they lost money. Boom, got him. Welcome, brother. ZBIC is on Coinbase wallet. It is. And ZBIC is on Uphold. All I'm gonna tell people is if you think it's a rug pull, why is it still on Uphold? And if you think Uphold's not doing their research and due diligence, what other scam token is on Uphold? I know a lot of them that aren't on Uphold. You tell me one that is on Uphold. You know how we do. Woohoo. But yeah, name one other scam or scammers or even questionable token that is on Uphold. Uphold stands on business. If you start doing anything flaky, you're gone, right? There's no ifs, ands, there's no questions, there's no court case, there's no development. If you don't fit the bill, you are gone. Yazim, I bought some more Uphold yesterday, Sunday, Saturday, and Friday, right? If there was a problem, Uphold would have warned us a long time ago. You know how you get that message on some tokens? This token is restricted or this token is a questionable liquidity. And a lot of people don't see that because they don't even know what they're talking about. If you haven't seen the message, you aren't really deep in crypto. I see that message all the time, and I don't invest in those projects. So if you haven't seen that message, you're doing pretty good. As you can see, we challenged the downward trend a couple times, but we move lower. We are hugging the line more and more. Breakout suggests all-time high about 0.008. However, the fib levels are higher the more we go down. I believe 1.6 is somewhere around the 0.14 range. ZBCN, ZBCN. Okay, so to the news. Excited to welcome talented new leaders to the ZBEC team. This Stefan G, senior product manager, joins us after serving a principal engineer at London Stock Exchange Group and holding senior roles at Royal Bank of Scotland and Expedient, bringing deep expertise in financial systems and big data. But nobody's talking about that though. Head of UI UX comes aboard with a stellar background as senior UX UI designer, product manager at BMW, Mini, Volkswagen Group, Lucid Software. I know Lucid Software. Lucid Software is what they use or what we use to create data diagrams. Air Focus, Kraft Heinz, just spices spanning automotive, FMCG, and e-commerce. Their experience will help us to continue redefining ZBEC and UX as we scale. Another side note, why would they be hiring people if it was a rug pull, right? If it was a scam, why would you bring people on? If you're rug pulling, you've already got money. Why would you want to keep people involved? Like some of this logic doesn't even make sense. But again, you'll have people like I got a guy that DM me every single day about the ZBIC price. So the funny thing is, if it's green, I don't hear from them. I only hear from them on days when it's red. So big shout out to this guy because after Wednesday, he might disappear. But my thing is, what the fudsters, what do you do on the days when the price goes up, right? I know you troll on the days it's down, but on the days it's up, what are you doing? You don't email me. You're not sending me weird messages. You're not commenting on my posts. So what are you doing on the days that it's up? I just had that question. Kind of weird. Uphold has the biggest wallet in ZBCN. Of course they do. Because Uphold probably knows something that we know. Unlike the fudsters giving us old information, they're looking to the future, right? They're trying to make money, not lose. And ZBCN's position for institutional custody through Uphold, they are. And especially if the bank is bought by, what is that, Ripple Circle, right? They are right in line. They're at the forefront. So let's say regulation comes, or ISO 20022 starts to trickle down in July. What was that? July 12th, July 7th, next week. Who do you think is best suited to handle new regulation? Company that already partnered with a regulatory authority, or some random meme coin that's probably going to disappear? And there's going to be a lot of mad people because when the regulation hits later this year, a lot of these tokens that have been pumping are going to disappear, right? Because you're not going to be able to get the compliance. You're not going to be able to get the certificates, and they're going to have to disappear. And a lot of people are going to be mad. They're going to lose money. And I'm going to be sitting right there smiling like peace and hair grease. We're going to miss you, but you got to go. ZBCN staff is extremely calculated. Wednesday Space is an update on the super app, which none of the fudders even mentioned. Nobody's even talking about the super app. Nobody that knows about crypto. Today, we're introducing user interface, user experience specialist, and the senior project manager. The app is definitely in the final phases. Now, I didn't even think about that, right? That's actually pretty smart. That they would bring on the UI designer and the senior project manager before the app releases. I wonder what the app does, because if the app does anything close to what we're looking at, things are gonna get crazy. This price is gonna get weird soon. Uphold does better research than regular people. They actually contact the companies ZBCN is partnered with to verify that their partnership is real. I know, Drew. Uphold stands on business. I've seen more things not hit Uphold than actually get listed on Uphold. So whatever they're doing it right. And if we look at this, this should really tell a tale, right? Of which I've been pointing out all weekend, and people keep coming back to me with more random FUD and lack of information, right? Numbers don't lie. There's 74,079 holders of ZEBEC. In this whole crash market FUD dump, prices going to zero process, we only lost 1,400 holders on one day. The biggest day was the 26th. The next biggest day, we'll check in a second. But if the biggest day is only 1,481, where's this big dump they're talking about, right? I'm missing something, right? There's something's not right here. There's 74,000. I think the highest it got was what, 76, 77 maybe? So total, we've only lost 3,000 holders? I don't know, guys. I know it's kind of weird. Past 4 hours, we added 37. Past 12 hours, 60. Last day, 57. 3 days, we lost 193. 7 days, 310. 14 days, 1,905. 30 days, 1,583. So 2% of the holders Largest was 2.5%. 2.5% out of 74,000. I mean, whatever the futter's doing, they need to do better, bro. You need to work harder. We only lost 1,583 in 30 days. All the FUD you're pushing, all the memes you're making, all the I told you so, I knew it wasn't doing it. It's a rug pull, it's a scam. You guys only pulled back 1,583 holders. You should be very disappointed in yourself. I would be very disappointed if I've been making memes the whole time and only 1,500 people left out of 74,000. All that means is we are holding strong, my boys. What up, Yazine, BTM, Billy Ocean? Let's go. ZBIC will make us all serious money. It's only a matter of time. Yes, sir. Agonzo? Agon 8888. The people who know, right? If you know, you know. 24-hour trading line is 23.3 mil won. Currently, we're at 0025, down 0.7 in the last hour, 0.05 in the last 24 hours. 25% in the last 7 days, 49% in the last 5 days, up 187.9 in the last 30 days, and 162.8. And of this 49, which is 50%, that's the last pump, right? It pumped what? 400%, and it's now only down 50%, which is basic retracement, guys. Do the math. People are just negative nerds, Mikey. You're right. What's cracking Bugatti? So moving forward, this is CoinMarketCap, the infamous. So let's see here. CoinMarketCap is saying ZBEC is down 1.35%. Market cap is down 1.35 to 214.9 million. 24-hour trading volume is 21.9, down 31.9%. Even CoinMarketCap is saying, why is the price up today on a rug pull, right? You can't rug pull and have price go up. A rug pull is when your price goes all the way to zero. It goes down. It doesn't go down and stop. It goes all the way down, right? But let's get back to business. I'm spending too much time. So this is ZBIC Network, 2.9% 24-hour price gain reflects technical support test and bullish reversal. Speculation amidst broader crypto stability. Technical support confluence near golden pocket Fibonacci level 0023 to 0029 attracts buyers. Reduced selling pressure after 47.5% 30-day decline stabilizes sentiment. Strategic acquisition trade win. Science card gate knock linger despite no fresh news. Thank you, Dollar. Silver Day. I don't know why I said Silver Days. Like, subscribe. Now just chilling, waiting for ZBIC to blow. Technical context. ZBIC is testing the 0618 066 Fibonacci retracement zone at 0023 and 0029. A historically significant reversal area anchored the VWAP. Support aligns here, creating a high probability bounce zone. The 24-hour low of the 002 matches this range, suggesting an algorithm trader and chartist are defending the level. Key metrics, the SR 14 at 35 neutral, not oversold signal. MACD histogram 000 11111 shows bearish momentum, but narrowing divergence. Bitcoin's dominance at 64.4 and neutral fear and greed index at 52. What? Suggests limited altcoin rotation, but ZBCN's low correlation with Bitcoin, 19.6% minus versus Bitcoin's 0.15 7-day, hence an isolated demand. The token 23.7 24-hour volume, down 20.5 versus prior day, indicates reduced panic selling rather than aggressive accumulation. Say what? What up, Marco? ZBEC's leadership to speak at the British Parliament House of Lords on regulation and compliance on July 10th. Yes, sir. Actually, I thought I showed, did I not show that? Oh, yeah, I'm tripping. We didn't even get to that one yet. So this is, sure, like an absolute FUD buster to me. ZBCN stepping up big. We love to see it. Can't really argue with that too much, can you? The UK government sees the validity in ZBEC. ZBEC leadership to speak at the British Parliament House of Lords on regulation and compliance on July 10th. ZBEC CEO Simon and head of M&A Neil will be speaking at the House of Lords, providing insight to, i.e., members of parliament, whistleblowers, lawyers, and compliance specialists on the emerging trends in financial regulation and technology. Why would these guys get invited if there was anything shady going on? So not only does the project look bad, but then the House of Parliament looks bad. Don't you think somebody in the House of Parliament doesn't do their research? You think they didn't all check to see who the freak is at ZBIC before inviting them, right? I'm not sure about how the House of Parliament works in the British political system, but if you were to invite someone to the House of Representatives in the United States, you best believe these guys have been vetted already, right? You best believe these guys aren't going to show up with any regular or irregular anything, right? These guys won't even have a string of hair on their suit out of place, guys. You wouldn't even get through the door. So I'm pretty sure there's a lot of scrutiny around who the House of Parliament talks to in the UK for compliance, right? It doesn't even make sense. You're going to pull somebody that's already deeply invested in Uphold to the House of Parliaments to talk about compliance? I don't know, guys. It's just nothing that the fudders say makes any sense, right? You can't even dispute this. This is like the law, right? Right? There's freaking lawyers and regulators here. You think they're gonna not research? You think they're not gonna research? They're not gonna look at every single thing that the House of Parliament is using at their disposal to check out ZBIC before they show up? I don't know, guys. It's just a lot of craziness going on. A lot of craziness. ZBIC's uptick appears to be driven by technical traders capitalizing on Fibonacci support and residual optimism from June's regulatory focus acquisition. Watch the 0023 and the 0029 zones for confirmation of a reversal and a breakout. Could be sustained above the golden pocket, ignite a liquidity squeeze towards the 0037, the 50% fib. I don't know, guys. It does sound very good for ZEBEC, though. No. Let me know what you guys think. What are your thoughts on the FUD? They play a crucial role in scrutinizing and shaping legislation, checking the work of the government, and providing a second opinion on proposed laws. The government, it's the government in Europe. Okay. So it's not like this is some um, fly by night meth heads, right? These are the real deal process, right? So I don't know. I don't know. I'm just losing a lot of faith in the Futsters. I thought the Futsters really had something. I thought they were really scaring people. If you're listening to FUD and looking at price drops, when this thing rockets off, it's going to be a lot of really sad folks, guys. We're going to be having a party, but the rest of these guys are not going to be happy. If you guys listen to the bedbug fudders here, you will not accomplish nothing in your life according to them. People are so negative. This thing is going to Mars. Look at the team and the partnership. Come on, man. End of crash. ZBIC's approaching towards the bottom level. Buying, golding, buying. If you're really bearish on ZBEC, why diversify? Go buy HBAR, XLM, XRP, Ondo, and Cardano. They're all solid projects. Stop trolling ZBCN and focus on. This might be the quote of the day, right? This might be the quote of the day. Why are you so worried about ZBEC, right? Why don't you go get deep into your own project, right? You worrying about what we doing. I don't understand. I don't understand how you losing sleep over a project you're not even invested in, something you're not even looking at, right? This doesn't even make any sense. I think this might be the quote of the day, bro. If you think it's so bad, why are you still here fudding the project, right? Is there nothing else you can do? Is there nothing else going on in your life, right? You got enough time to worry about a project you're not even investing in. Follow me and stay tuned to ZBIC. Most probably drop down to the 0025, then go parabolic for a few days. After that, I should fly. It should fly and keep going, smashing out the park. And required over 490 ZBIC since July 3rd. Wonder, maybe wonder how that makes Fudsters. I know that's right. I got over 1 million ZBIC, right? So if ZBIC gets to $1, I am a millionaire. Or more like win ZBIC. And this is not all. Somebody was telling me, no, I'm not even gonna say the guy's name. One of the YouTubers was saying it doesn't make sense to DCAN, right? That's a bad investment. Even Warren Buffett says don't DCAN. It's a lie, straight up. Warren Buffett is the king of DCAing, right? He always buys dollar cost average. The guy was saying, Warren said, you buy it at once. Warren Buffett is the king of DCAing. I'm not sure where these guys are getting their information or why their information is getting twisted. It's just kind of crazy, bro. Beginning bullish on ZBIC, taking a cool breath, starting from the start. Remember all those night parties and when the ZBIC community had fun. This is one of my first picks. Let's go back to the roots and bring it back. Shout out to just flew past the 0025. Shout out to my main man, ZBCN 365, working hard to keep us pushing, right? Actually, I didn't even know. I forgot you could make the screen bigger. Trying to look for that one This one. Yeah. Exactly. Stop crying. Definitely. Right. What you crying? What you worrying about? We doing for? Don't forget SH Stronghold. Till we got here. The project's become a slow motion wreck. More than 2.1 billion tokens unlocked soon, ready to flood the market, triggering a cascade of panic sell prices bleeding from the candle. Yet the team stays silent, no transparency, no roadmap, no updates, accountability. The so-called diamond hands are trembling inside. Pretending it's all fine while watching their portfolio rot. It's becoming a trap, not a token. When you finally dump hits, those who stayed loyal realize too late they weren't holding the future, they were holding the fantasy. Wow. And this is what you think, huh? This is your personal experience from holding crypto. It's a perfect buy now. If you bought high, buy now. If you bought low, buy now. Always good time to buy those low prices. Exactly. I mean, I don't understand how you would sell now anyway. How does this guy keep posting the same thing? And why aren't they taking this post down? I'm putting memes up. They take my memes down. And somebody lets this post ride? For those who sold out of fear because FUD attacking, learn your lesson. Believe in your investment. Don't let FUDers take your position. Fudsters. This is mine. Did the hunt finally start? Right. Why are there so many people spreading FUD over coin they don't even own? Maybe they own it but want to get lower to buy more. Else there's no reason for them to be here 24/7. I was thinking the same thing. They didn't get their entry they want. Now, I was wondering too, why would you FUD a project you don't even my whole thing is with what's this guy? Uh that guy. I'm not gonna say his name. That guy. Why are you FUDing a project you don't why are you singing about a project you don't even own? I don't understand the loyalty there. Why are you FUDing about a project you don't even own? Why are you trying to get these guys to partner with you and you don't even own the token? Maybe they figured out. Maybe they looked to see if he bought it. And when they found out he didn't buy it, they didn't want anything to do with him. So maybe that's what caused the whole meltdown with that guy. It's blowing up green, so bullish. It's cutting edge traditional investments. Seeing these problems and solving cancer. Just wondering that too. So if people aren't happy with the project, right? So what are you investing in? All the fudsters that are fudding ZBEC or don't want to invest in ZBCN. What are you investing in? What project do you think it is a good investment? I'm just saying, right? Don't say XRP and Ripple are talking with ZBEC, right? That doesn't even make sense. You don't like ZBEC, but you invest in XRP, even though XRP is working with ZBEC. What sense does that make? It's freaking madness, man. Let me get to a video because you guys are driving me crazy with this nonsense or lack of. Let me see. Is this guy? Yeah, the guy that's going to debunk the FUD. Let's see what he's got to say here. Crypto future.
Just got home from church seeing a whole bunch of ZBEC FUD. So you know what I figured? I read the comment section. I made a short earlier today before I went to church, and I said, "Look, ZBEC has made a ton of people wealthy over the last couple months. That's a fact. That's not opinion. That's not speculation, because I'm one of them, right? Over the last 2.5 months, tons of people have made hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not more, on ZBEC. Okay. And I said in the short, how do you reconcile calling it a rug pull when so many people have made so much money, along with the fact that the project hasn't actually rug pulled, right? And the responses that I got there were some negative responses, but
That's my point exactly. How is it a rug pull if the project hasn't rug pulled, right? Stop calling anything and everything you don't like a rug pull. It doesn't even make sense. The rug pull means people are taking all the money out, not some, not a couple dollars you invested. They take all the money out. Hence, rug pull, right? It can't be a rug pull if it's still holding 74,000 holders. How is that a rug pull? I'm missing something. Let me get back to the video.
nobody could actually reconcile it or explain it. They just were spewing out, oh, it's a rug pull. Oh, you're stupid. Oh, people are buying this. That's right. So, you know what? I'm going to prove those people wrong right now in this video. I'm going to prove you're wrong, right? And that you're just repeating what you're hearing from other people, and that you've done no research, and that nothing you say is confirmed at this point in time. So, first of all, rug pull, calling it a rug pull. Well, first of all, you don't even understand what a rug pull is. So I'll give you the definition of a rug pull because you're loosely using it out of context. First of all, a rug pull is when a project changes the contract to, when people buy it, to the fact that they can now only buy and not sell. So now you're trapped into holding this coin. And then what the team does, or what the creator does, is they have an exploit on the contract where they can drain liquidity from the project, but no one can sell their coins. And then they drain all the liquidity out of the project, which collapses the price down to zero, leaving you holding worthless coins. Okay. That's what a rug pull is for future.
Exactly. A rug pull goes to zero. I don't understand how people think everything is a rug pull. Maybe you guys are new to crypto, or maybe this is something you heard from someone else and you just like that game. What's that game called? When you tell somebody something, you whisper to them, and they tell somebody else, and you whisper to them, and they whisper to somebody else, and about time it gets back to you, it's not even the same message because it's been changed so much. But it's weird, right? People don't even understand, they don't even know what the word rug pull means. Rug pull means it's going to zero. You can't go to zero if you still have 74,000 holders. What are you talking about?
The reference, right? So what you're saying makes no sense, first of all. Okay. Second of all, price. Some people will argue, well, look at the price, look at the price. Well, yeah, first of all, part of the reason the price is crashing because of misinformation, which I'm going to debunk in this video. Misinformation is scaring people out of holding it right now. And those people will regret selling later, while myself and other people are scooping up all their fear. That's what they say, buy the fear, right?
Definitely buy the fear. And these people are going to be mad. They're going to be looking funny when the price comes back up. Like, man, I listened to such and so. I listened to some dude that said it was a rug pull. And now these guys are getting rich. Okay. It's not if, it's when, right? It's only a matter of time before this thing starts to pump again. And a lot of people are going to be like, man, BTM was right. Man, why did I listen to some weird guy I don't even know on YouTube that mainly makes songs and doesn't even hold the token? Why am I listening to people that don't even hold the token? I should have been doing my research myself and listening to BTM Crypto News Network. Let's get back to the video.
So I covered it in a video this morning. ZBEC's price action is not irregular. It's not a rug. It's not anything like that. When you go up over 400% over the course of about a month, you correct. In fact, when we were up here, go back in my videos from about a month ago, when we were up here, I was telling everyone that we were going to be coming back down here. And I got attacked for saying it. Okay. So this was expected down here. That was expected way up here. So this isn't irregular or not normal or anything like that, right? The same people who were up here telling me that I'm stupid and that I don't know what I'm talking about when I was telling them it was coming down here are now saying it's a rug pull, even though they were told the price was coming down here, right? That's people who generally either bought the top or were emotionally invested in the project and didn't take profits up here, and now all the way back down here, and they're frustrated and angry. So instead of blaming themselves for not taking profits, they're blaming the company, calling it a scam and a rug. Second thing that I heard in the comment section, somebody said to me, the team refuses to give us their last names. And in the same breath, they said that the team is the people on the team are involved, they're rug pullers. Well, if you don't know who they are, if your first complaint is that you don't even know who they are, how do you know that they're rug pullers from other projects? What you're saying doesn't make any sense.
Part two. Sorry, I was eating a salad while the video's on. But part two, right? How can they be rug pullers if you don't even know who they are? You don't even know who they are. They have a history of rug pulling. You don't even know who they are. So I think that's a valid point as well, right? And I do remember him saying that the price would come down. And I was like, you're crazy, right? It's not going to, I said myself, it's never going to come down to 002. So that I can agree with and can confirm. I did agree when he said that, right? I was like, that's crazy. Why would it come all the way down to 002? But then again, I didn't know that there would be serious fudders, right? I didn't know the FUD army was waiting on the price to dip so they could come back with a lot of useful garbage, right? A lot of nonsense that doesn't really make any sense, especially if you're talking about rug pulling. You don't even know what a rug pull is. You don't even know what rug pull means, right? A bunch of clowns.
Right? Either you don't know who they are, or you know who they are and you know their history, right? And I got to be honest with you, if they were going to rug, they probably would have done it up here when the price was at its peak, right? It would have collapsed. You want to see a rug pull, guys? Let me show you a rug pull, okay? Well, even this isn't a rug pull, but this is what a rug pull looks like. I'll show you right now. Okay? Uno momento while I bring up the chart here. I will show you right now what a rug pull generally looks like. Okay. See what you're seeing on your screen right now, normal price action to the downside after a 400% run to the upside with no support levels built in. Okay. That's normal technical analysis. Okay. Myself, Cesar, and many other people were calling for it. This is what a rug pull looks like. Right. So notice the difference. Rug pull.
Exactly. A rug pull is when it crashes all the way down, right? It goes all the way down. There's not a stair-step pattern. There's not a slight decline. It goes all the way down, bro. I've been rug pulled. I know what a rug pull is. A rug pull means you're going straight to zero. Even if you wanted to get out, you can't. Even if you try to get out, you can't because it's going straight to zero. The person involved removes the third time, and the people in the back takes all the liquidity. There is no exit liquidity. You guys don't even know what you're talking about. There is no exit liquidity on a rug pull because they've already took it. Somebody just said they're using you as exit liquidity. There is no exit liquidity on a rug pull, clown. They already took it. Hence, the chart, right? It goes from here, whatever this was, I can't even really see it. I think this is 6 something. Yeah, 6.7 down to 0. There is no exit liquidity on a rug pull. How? You've already pulled all the liquidity out, genius. Bought more today. They're going to speak in the British Parliament. Yes, Tony S. And we are continuing to hold, and we'll keep holding.
Don't gradually work their way down. They go. That's what a rug pull looks like. Okay, so there's that. All right. Now let's really get into the meat and potatoes of it here. Okay. So I had a conversation with Grok. Okay, why not go right to an AI to scan the internet for me and verify all of this information? So I asked, has Ripple, here's the first thing. People were saying that somebody from Ripple had made derogatory comments and were suspicious and didn't like what they saw from ZBEC. Okay, so I checked and I asked the question, was there any, I misspelled it up here. I put, they thought I meant Apple. So I asked the question, has anyone from Ripple, as I correct myself here, from Ripple, said anything negative about ZBEC? Which is what one of the FUD things people are saying. Well, somebody at Ripple is saying, they didn't like it and they're, no negative comments from Ripple about ZBEC have been reported in recent news. So debunked. That's misinformation. Let's continue on. So what is the FUD around ZBEC right now? Recent posts on X highlight some fear, uncertainty, and doubt surrounding ZBEC. Key points include skepticism about partnerships. So they say so the people are speculating. They're saying, well, ZBEC lied. That's what they're saying. ZBEC lied about a partnership with Ripple. No, they didn't. What they said was that they had been in talks for the last few weeks from people with Ripple. They did not say they officially have a partnership with Ripple. See, people like to work things that they hear and make it into something that wasn't, right? They say that they said something that they didn't say. There's a massive difference.
Let's take another break here. Okay. So if ZBEC said something they didn't say, like I've been saying the whole time, right? If they're lying about anything, why haven't the companies come forward? Why haven't JP Morgan said anything? Why hasn't Bank of America said anything? Why hasn't Ripple said anything? Why hasn't Circle said anything? If you are using another company name and you're putting them in a bad light, the company will come forward, right? I've worked with several companies. They're going to come forward and say, we don't have a partnership with you. They could do it in a simple Twitter post, right? They don't even have to say anything. They can make a meme and say it. Why haven't they said anything? Just another point there. We should get a list of points and just repost them.
You could fit a Buick between the difference of, yeah, we've been in talks with them for 2 or 3 weeks and we officially have a partnership with Ripple, but people read what they want to read, right? So there's that. Concerns about management and delivery. Critics have pointed out ZBEC's leadership, some comparing their actions to past crypto bad actors, suggesting potential over-promising and under-delivering. Well, first of all, they have their partnerships with Visa, MasterCard, and so many others that are actually confirmed partnerships. They're not. So I don't understand. What are they not delivering on? I don't understand what they're not delivering on right now. Right? They do a Spaces on X every week. They've been acquiring companies en masse, it seems like. So I don't understand what it is that they promise that they're not delivering on. This, to me, kind of speaks to people's lack of patience and experience when it comes to investing. If they say that they're working on a partnership or they're working on a product or whatever the case might be, that doesn't mean it's going to be out next week, right? I mean, it's like people are saying, well, you didn't deliver on this. Well, they didn't. The only way you could really validate that is if they said that they were going to do something And then recently they've come out and said, no, we changed our mind. We're not doing this. If they have not confirmed that they're no longer doing something that they said that they would do, then that doesn't make any sense, right? They're not working on your timeline when they can follow through on their promises. They're working on their timeline, not yours, right? So there's that. What else do we have? And again, like I said about the Ripple partnership, they never declared that they were in a partnership with Ripple. They said that they had been in talks with Ripple for the last 3 weeks, I believe it was. There's a difference. Again, you could park a Buick between the difference between those two statements. Market performance and manipulation. There's speculation that recent FUD, such as claims of ZEBEC being a dead project or having no real use case. How do they not have a use? They're literally partnered with MasterCard. Their MasterCard is literally being used in real time right now. And so is their what do you call it? I can't remember what the system's called, where they're paying, people are paying their employees with their system, right? Using their system, being able to be paid by the second. Literally, their use cases, their tech is literally being used in the real world right now. So that doesn't make any sense, right? And price volatility. So people are complaining about price volatility. Well, that's a big surprise. People are whining and complaining about price. So let's continue down. On the other hand, supporters argue that ZBEC's fundamentals, like its real-time payroll solutions, yes, that's what it is. Partnerships with Circle, Chainlink, Stellar remain strong, and the FUD overblown or strategically timed. Yes, this information is based on recent sentiment and should be treated as inconclusive. So then I went further and I asked, has any of the FUD been confirmed true? Is there any confirmation online anywhere that has confirmed any of the FUD or misinformation that's being spread about ZBEC? None of the FUD surrounding ZBEC has been confirmed as definitely true based on available information. Partnership skepticism. Claims about unverified partnerships, particularly Ripple, lack of official confirmation from either party. Again, I already said, they never said they were partnered with Ripple. They said that they had been in talks with Ripple. You could park a Buick between the difference between those two statements, right? But again, people will tell you, people will take what they want to take to fit their narrative and spew that like that's what it was. I mean, you can actually go back and watch the spaces. It's still on X. Hell, I live streamed the spaces. You can watch it on my channel. And I can tell you, I watched it 100 times and they did not say they're partnered with Ripple. They said that they had been in talks with Ripple for the last 3 weeks. Again, you could park a frickin' Buick between those two statements, right? Management concerns, the allegations, again, so none of the FUD surrounding the company has been confirmed. And yet people are still online talking about it as though it's factual information, right? So while these concerns circulate, no authoritative source confirms them as facts. So to anyone, and I know there will be a lot of people who attack me in the comment section who don't like ZBEC, right? And at this point, you're just coping if you attack me in the comment section, because I'm sorry, you can say whatever you want, but trust me, bro, is not a source of information. I'm sitting here proving to you that what you're saying is not true. It has not been confirmed anywhere by anyone. It's just stuff you're seeing some other YouTuber say, so you're repeating it. That's all it is, right? So again, I will stress, while these concerns circulate, no authoritative source confirms them as facts. ZBEC's ongoing developments, like its science card acquisition and real-time payroll solutions, are cited as evidence of legitimacy by supporters. So basically, guys, all of the information that's being spread or misinformation that's being spread right now has not been confirmed by anybody. There has been no derogatory comments about ZBEC from anyone from Ripple at all. No statements whatsoever. The partnerships are real. Nothing that's being said has been confirmed as true. It's all just misinformation. So me personally, I will continue to dollar cost average at these prices. I told you guys a month ago that this price was coming, that we were going down. And here we are, and people are panicking. You do whatever you want to do, not financial advice. But I'm going to be all right. I'm going to be all right, right? I'm going to scoop some up. You guys do whatever you want to do. Click.
Yeah, as you said, I'm not really worried about it, guys. Like, I got people already coming in comments talking about more FUD. Bro, it doesn't really matter, right? I'm not going to respond and talk to you guys all day and every day. Actually, I'm busy working, right? I'm not going to entertain you guys. Bought more today. They're going to speak at the British Parliament. Of course they are, right? Versus, I got people talking about misconnections, right? Telling me about stuff that doesn't even make sense, bro.
ZBCN is just reaching very much close to the end of this correction right now. This is a 3-day frame, and the RSI chart you are watching, and we are just going to hit a very important support level right here. So this video is going to be very important, guys. Before starting, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notifications, and do not forget to hit the like button. Look at this, $228 million is the market cap, and volume is increasing today, like $30 million, almost 2643 is the price, and the coin is available to trade on most of the exchanges. And this is our chart. I'm just going to show you. This is a very important, guys, a bigger frame. It is November 2024. We hit this zone and we bounce upside from here to here, almost toward 63. And then we again go down toward 42 area. We exactly bounce from the same level toward the 16. And again, this time on January 2025, we again bounce from this area. We pump upside and huge upside, like toward the 73, which is the overbought region. And again, after a big correction, it went down, hit down toward the 41. Again here, and then we just pump to the overbought region. Now we are reaching back toward the 41 area on a RSI, which is indicating that this is going to be the bottom. After how many days? After 87 days, we are again coming back down to the important support level. And what about the chart? I'm just going to show you the 1-day chart. This is a moving average 100 that we discussed, moving average 99 that we discussed, this purple line that we can expect some consolidation in this area. And this is a Fibonacci level, exactly the 22575. We exactly hit and bounce from this area. And the good thing, we this time we got a decent buyback from the ZBEC network. Okay. Look at this. And we exactly close above this zone, and now we are again dumping down. But the good thing is now we are getting a buyback. Before that, we were just dumping straight downside without any big wick. So this wick is a very important, that this is a demand zone and people are just buying whenever the price goes down toward this zone. Okay. So I think the pump will come on this coin now after getting settled here. But on a 3-day frame, we need a closing. 1 day and 10 hours left to close that candle. If we close above this area of the 28, we can expect a straight pump upside toward the 33 or 36 area. But we need to reclaim back above this zone. Okay. Overall, the coin is just showing the strength here and getting a buyback early sign, something like this, a more choppy price action, wake upside, downside, and high likely that we can just make a reversal from this area. Okay, these are the very important zone. This and the buying zone, a very good time to get enter if someone want to join CBAC, want to hold this back for the long term. These are the very decent entries. Okay, What are the maximum downside, maximum downside? These are the two levels. The first one we already hit like 22, 522, and another zone is a 19 or something. Okay. But overall, the coin is now showing a very decent moves and some sign of a relief here. So here was my thought and analysis about the ZBCN. Always do your own research before buying and selling anything. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Trade deals are on the front.
Man, this guy Paul Byron Network is everywhere. Every single time I stop a video, this guy pops up. What is he? How do you do that? What is he doing to get to that point, bro? Can I get down? Can you share something with your boy? What is going on? Every single time my video stops, this guy pops up. I feel like I should
Do I
get a
think ZEBEC in
percentage.
the grand scheme of things is kind
I feel like I should get a percentage of his videos, bro. I'm bringing most of the action here. Let's see. I guess we'll go with this video and call it a day. I need to stay under 2 hours so I can create my shorts. Let's see what he has here.
ZBEC is currently in the red, down over 50%, and people are saying that ZBEC is a rug pull. Talk about desperation. Someone is about to get liquidated. ZBEC, all partnership claims are fake. Get out while you can. We see Sam CEO is about to rug pull again. He's rugged all previous projects. This is getting the crypto world on fire. The question is ZBEC a rug pull? Now, the short answer before we continue the video is I personally do not think ZBEC is a rug pull. I actually bought another position today, just lowered my average entry price. We can literally see we're about to see an altcoin season. We're seeing XRPs pumping. This project delivering massive utility. And in the future, I think this is going to be a multi-billion-dollar project. And I'm talking about like tens, 20s, hundreds of billions of dollars of market cap. This could be the future of crypto. So I don't think it's a rug pull. But we're going to talk about this in detail in this video. But before we start, I do want to ask, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe button down below so you can stay tuned with regular ZBEC updates. And also, if you haven't already, download Best Wallet. Best Wallet is our official partner for this channel. It's an anonymous crypto wallet, which is to create an account with a verification ID or KYC. Get the most secure, anonymous, non-custodial crypto wallet today. Available on Google Play and Apple App Store. Supports 60 chains and has all the features you need. An amazing UI. I use it myself, and every download supports the channel tremendously. All right, back to ZBEC and the scandal. Let's go ahead and take a look. There's a lot of flooding going on in the market. But again, let's start off with some bullish points. So first of all, the partnerships are all real. From what at least the due diligence I have done, none of this looks fishy, none of this looks sketch, right? It is a decentralized infrastructure for a network of seamless flows of real-world value. They have over 50,000 monthly users, over 250 plus payroll enterprise clients, $1 billion payroll volume, and 138 countries. Now, in terms of the claim of Sam, the CEO, rugging previous projects, I personally haven't looked into that. And when I saw this post, it's something I'm going to look further into. But until then, I'm going to take this as a grain of salt. And I'm just going to dismiss this. However, I encourage you yourself, before increasing your bag, before buying, look at this stuff yourself, your own research and due diligence. I'm just one guy covering many projects, so I can't obviously deep dive everything. So I want you guys to do your own informed decision. None of this is financial advice, obviously. But that seems like a bunch of bollocks to me. I don't think that's the case, right? We're seeing ZBEC bros, if you look at this chart saying, oh, I'm bullish on that. What the F? Kind of shit people be smoking this day. It's called you are the exit liquidity for all those YouTubers and ex-influencers who pumped it on you. Only crypto do people think this is bullish, and they're pointing at the chart actually on absolute decline. Now I want to ask you something, right? Let's just jump to XRP real quick, and I'll open the chart, right? If you look from this time frame over here, would you just fade XRP, right? Even if you look at this time frame over here when it absolutely crashed and went to like the oblivion, would you fade XRP? Most people would, and that's why the price declined. But again, the people that were buying and holding here, you can see a little spike in price here. That means people were actually buying. And then again, the people that bought here and the people that were holding over here dumped it, obviously, and it pumped again and dumped again. The reality is these spikes in here price when people were actually buying, they knew the value, and they're still holding XRP. Oh, I'm holding Ethereum. I'm meant to open XRP, but we can use the same example for Ethereum, right? They're buying and holding, right? I want to go back to XRP because I feel like this is more closely comparable to XRP. Same thing, right? XRP had a crazy pump, similar to what we're seeing with ZBEC, right? If we open the chart, I open all, we're seeing it had a crazy pump, then a decline, exactly what we saw with XRP, right?
Yep.
My computer's lagging. The put, oh. The point I'm trying to make is if you just faded the project here, it would be foolish. Like long term, so much
Yeah, what
potential,
about it?
and still we believe XRP hasn't even reached its full capability, right? And we're gonna bring up altcoin season. We're seeing
Is
altcoins
your
starting to pump.
price
Solana's
quote
pumping,
for the
ETH's pumping,
home?
XRP's pumping, Bitcoin's pumping. Like top 4 meme coins are literally trending in top 4 right now, which is insane, right? Fear and greed index at 50. We're seeing Bitcoin dominance easing up, which is signs of an altcoin season. This is absolutely ripping altcoin season. But also, I many times made a bull price prediction of $3 price prediction for XRP. I didn't say we're going to see $3 this week, this month, next month. I said in the future. I believe I'm buying and holding this for the long term. That's why I don't make a daily ZBEC video. I'm not trying to pump this one. It's not like, obviously I'm not a paid influencer for this project at all. It's just something I'm bullish on, and I like the project. I like what they're doing. But let's go ahead and back
No,
into the fun,
actually,
right?
I'm
So
gonna
this guy
give a
thinks it's
realtor
bearish,
over
but
there
again,
and get us
same
an
way people
estimate,
faded
and we'll
ETH,
get back to you.
Bitcoin,
And who are
like
you with,
it's
Christy?
newbies, right? And most likely, again, I don't know Crypto Claus. I haven't really seen his content before.
What
Maybe he's
company
more
you
into
guys?
like meme coins and wants the quick pumps, right? But again, this is not supposed to be a
Shit,
meme
you're a
coin. This is
town
not a
buyer?
meme coin. It's a utility coin that we're holding long term.
Yeah.
And we see an XRP
Black
Pioneer account.
buyers
So
or your town buyers?
we see, to those who doubted, sold early, or lost
The
confidence,
company's
thank you.
called
Your
My
actions
Town
have
Buyers or
provided
Your
me with the opportunity to strategically average down my position. From my
Okay.
perspective, everything's unfolding as
Okay,
anticipated.
no problem.
If you entered ZBEC
Yeah,
expecting
yeah.
instant gains
No
from the
problem.
initial
Yeah, I
surge,
was
I'm
gonna,
afraid that
let
was
me get
a
my realtor out there.
misconception. The
I'm
real
actually
value
in
lies
Texas,
ahead when
but
the
I do
price
own the
moves
property.
in the cent
Yeah,
range,
but I own the property.
then in the 10-cent
So,
range, and eventually into the dollar territory. This growth will
correct?
come as a broader
Should be
institutional
on
adoption
the
takes hold,
deed there,
and the
actually.
momentum
But
is
yeah,
approaching rapidly. And again, I've said
let
this in previous
me
ZBEC
check
videos as well.
with the
I
realtor
don't
and
think
see
retail is what's going
if
to
they
pump
got
ZBEC.
a
I think it's going to be institutional money. We're talking about like millions and
look,
millions of dollars,
if we can
right?
get a price
Like
quote
your
on
little
it, and we'll
position
get
of like
back to you.
1,000, even if it's 10,000, it's not going to really fluctuate the price. All right, we're talking about
All
when
right, thank
institutions
you.
come in
What
at
about this?
millions at scale. That's when we're going to see
You were about
pricing
to say
pump,
something?
right? So for those fading ZBEC, I'm buying the dip, as many people
You
are.
say?
And again, if you want to fade it, absolutely no problem,
All right.
right?
Look,
ZBEC right now, partnerships with Visa, JP Morgan, XRP. It's not really partnered with XRP, but has a shared vision. Some light partnerships, Ondo, some capitals, Circle, Blackstone. Like it has massive partnerships in place. Again, I don't think this is the time to be selling. If anything, I'd be buying, especially when we're seeing projects like literally XRP is trending right now. It's pumping. We go to the official X page. We see fresh off an incredible week at 8cc. We are bringing the momentum home. So again, this is on June 3rd. We see join us next week at Spaces, where we update our roadmap and our upcoming super app. Big things are coming ahead. So again, when these announcements come in play as well, we're going to see a massive pump. So again, Monday could be a big day for our ZBEC. I absolutely loaded up my position. I'm not planning on selling anytime soon. I'm trying to hold this in the long haul and start taking profits when we're seeing the dollar amount, more money flowing in. But again, guys, this is another ZBEC update. If you want to see more updates like this, you know what to do. Hit the subscribe button down below. Remember, like always, none of this is financial advice. Always do your own research and due diligence before investing any money in the cryptos we cover on this channel. That wraps the video, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Until next time, is your friend Umar. Peace.
all right, guys. Thanks for joining. Thanks for sharing, and subscribing. And I guess we'll end it on that note. Again, don't listen to FUD and stay
Trade deals are on the front
focused.
burner, and could this mean rate
Kind of
cuts
underrated.
lining up
As
for us
always,
today? We'll break it down for you.
I do, because
My name is Paul
let's
Bear. We'll
even
come back
though
to the
10
show.
cents is still on
Let's
my
get into
mind,
it, and I do want to thank our sponsor
share,
today. That
and
is Coinbase. This is where you guys
and super chat. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Same bat channel, same bat time. And it's okay to be weird or different or indifferent. And let's get back to the money, guys, and stay dangerous. Miner out.